As we all know, railroad transportation is considered to be the safest way of traveling. Railroads spread millions and millions of miles across the world. Of course, with such a spread out transportation system, there are some areas that are extremely dangerous. For example, there are railroad bridges that will just take your breath away. So, I would like to show you the scariest and most dangerous railroad bridges in the world. The Scariest Scenic Railway. This railroad runs from the town of Cairns, Queensland, Australia, to the nearby town of Coranda. Currently, this railroad is not used for transportation, but rather as a tourist attraction. The railway is 23 miles in length. It takes about 1 hour and 55 minutes to climb one way, including the stop-off at the falls. This next train track runs from Jakarta to Bandung in Indonesia. The 3-hour ride on the train is very beautiful, but on the other hand, it's a very dangerous railroad. The train runs over the bridges that are located on top of the forest, and if you are scared of heights, then you better not take this ride. In 2002, a train came off the railroad tracks and fell into the forest. This next train is nicknamed the train that flies in the sky. It takes third place in the highest train bridges in the world. It is located 13,800 feet above sea level. This bridge connects the Argentine city of Salta and the country of Chile. This railroad goes through 20 tunnels and over 10 high railroad highways and 10 bridges. This train ride has a lot of twists and turns, and you have to be very courageous to ride on this train. This next train rides right on top of the Indian Ocean. This railroad was built in the 1900s. Due to the high winds, this train goes over the bridge extremely slowly. Also due to the winds, there have been a few big tragedies when trains would overturn and fall into the ocean due to the strong winds. The very last one happened in 1964, when the train with all its train cars fell into the ocean. The next scenic railroad is called Cumbres and Toltec and runs from Chama, New Mexico to Antonito, Colorado. It is the longest and highest railroad in the U.S. It goes through the Rocky Mountains of Colorado and connects to New Mexico. Due to the fact that it goes through the mountains, this road is one of the scariest railroads in the world. This next railroad runs over White Pass and the Yukon in Alaska. It is very narrow. There have been a lot of accidents on this track. For example, in 1951, the train came off the tracks due to a heavy snowstorm. In July 2006, the train came off the tracks again. This next railroad is called the Georgetown Loop Railroad. This very narrow track is located in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. It is 4.5 miles in length. This railroad goes over high bridges and above forests and highways. The railroad Asuminabi. It is a very beautiful scenic railroad, but it is very dangerous. It runs over a bridge which is 985 feet tall. This railroad has one of the most beautiful scenic views, but it runs over one of the most dangerous bridges. At number 2, the Burma Railroad, or by its nickname, the Railroad of Death. This railroad runs between Burma and Thailand and connects the cities Bang Bang in Thailand and Bora in Burma. This railroad is very narrow, and it has several of the most dangerous bridges. This railroad is called the Death Railway because a lot of employees died while building it. Approximately 12,000 people died during the railroad's construction. It took 6 years to build this rail line. And at number 1, the bridge Pini Biji Peng. This is one of the most dangerous bridges in the world and has a height of more than 16,400 feet. Due to the fact that it is located on a mountain, it makes this bridge one of the highest bridges in the world. Everyone who travels over this bridge confesses that it was a very scary ride. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Please subscribe to our channel.